Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were two crystals. One was the Crystallum Lucius, protected by the ruler of the fairies.
The other was the Crystallum Tenebrarum, which was watched over by the High Leader of the Witches.
The Lucius was sustained by love, happiness, and joy.
The Tenebrarum by fear, anger, and hatred.
The fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom. They regulated the powers of the crystals
in order to maintain balance between darkness and light. For there can be no joy without sadness, no courage without fear. The kingdom was at peace for a time.
Then one day, a traveling bard decided to write stories, tales of the magic and wonders of the kingdom.
He named these stories fairy tales.
In fairy tales, the light always emerged victorious, and true love was the usual reward.
The fairy tales spread further than could have ever been predicted. The humans of the kingdom began to believe that fairy tales were true, and that the magic of the witches was inherently wicked and cruel.
The witches became hated and feared.
Eventually, they were hunted like animals.
The
witch hunt.
The High Leader of the Witches, in all of her anger, created the fairy tale curse.
You think we are wicked? So be it! Just as you have taken our happily ever afters, we shall take yours!
The witches used the fairy tale curse to attack humans indiscriminately, ultimately throwing the kingdom into chaos and darkness.
The ruler of the fairies, the Lucius Sparer, sought to regain peace.
But the witches were blinded by their hatred for humans, who were responsible for the witch genocide. A terrible war, the Great War, began. Eventually, the Tenebrarum bearer, the High Leader of the Witches, was finally defeated. The Tenebrarum was lost, peace was restored, and the light once again triumphed. But darkness can never fully disappear. It waits in the shadows, patient for when its time will inevitably return.